Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Alex back with another episode. Today we're going to be looking at a few cars. One of them is going to be Brandon's 1980 Honda Prelude. So we're going to be reviewing his car and taking a look at it. He has some BC full body coilovers, SSR MK3 wheels, 15x9 fender flares. They're custom fender flares for this car, as well as a Nardi Wood grain wheel with a custom wood grain H shift knob, as well as he completely reupholstered the inside, which we'll take a look at shortly. It's absolutely beautiful. He has JDM Spec mirrors, these Fender mirrors on here. Absolutely love those. And let's see what else he has. He has a Weber 3236 carburetor. No idea what that means, but it sounds cool. Straight piped exhaust with Megan pancake muffler, which is the best option. I think he could have went with this because it doesn't look too overbearing and it's nice and subtle. And then he has some OEM Prelude mud flaps, and he says those are rare for this car. So we'll take a look at it and we will give it a rating. So first off, you can see the mirrors right away. I mean, fender mirrors on classic JDM cars, a lot of them can pull it off. I absolutely love this look. Instead of having the mirrors right here, just slap those bad boys onto the fenders and it just looks so cool. I don't know why or what it is, but it's something that's very stylish in my opinion. You can see a nice view of the wheels. He has a nice dish, maybe what, like 3.5 inch lip, 3-inch lip. The wheels flow with the car so well. And then he has his interior. He has that gorgeous wooden Nardi wheel and that sick knob that actually goes really well with the interior, because the kind of like tan cream color with the center console, and then you have the wood knob with the actual steering wheel itself. The interior, again, completely reupholstered from front seats to rear seats. Here's another image of his beautiful wheel. Here are the SSRs that he had custom made. I believe they took about 3 months to get here, or 6 months maybe. It was a long wait, but they're custom, brand new 3-piece wheels, and I think these really set off the car itself. It has a good stretch, not too much, not too little. I mean, it is kind of a big stretch, but still looks fantastic on the car. And this car, you can't really tell from the photos as much, but the car in person has a really nice patina. You can kind of see a little bit right here, has little rust or dings, but I think that's what really gives the car a ton of character. The car looks so amazing in person, and when you see it, it's not perfect, right? And it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to have character, it's supposed to have that patina and kind of classic look, and I think this car and the way Brandon built it really pulls that off. Now, another thing, the fender flares. I was a little iffy when he first showed me these because I was thinking they're going to be a little too big, but I mean, they're perfect size for this car. These photos don't do it justice. I mean, you have to see it in person and see it rolling, but it looks so good. It looks all squatted and everything when he's driving. From here, you can see more of his interior. It's kind of hard to get super in there. I don't know if he has any detailed shots, but his Instagram is at @sn_Brandon, BRANDIN. I don't have his Instagram pulled up because it's kind of hard to navigate it for his car photos, but if you do want to check him out, I'll have his Instagram and all of the parts listed down below for everybody. I do dig just the style of the Prelude. I think the Prelude always has been a really good looking car. It hasn't had really a generation I didn't like. Another thing too is a lot of this stuff is still original. I mean, like original front bumper, original paint, original hood, original almost everything, and it's just a fantastic looking car. It looks so cool when it rolls. Now here you can kind of see some of the patina, like some of the paint's kind of beat up, a little rust here and there, but again, I think that's something that gives it character. And then he has these awesome Prelude flaps. I didn't think the flaps were gonna look as good as they do, but I think they look great. I believe he said they're rare. I don't remember what the reason is. I think they're just hard to find, but he has, I believe, modified them to fit a little bit better for this car, but such a great addition to the car to give it a little more character. And other thing is too, it basically is scraping on the ground almost, so it's kind of wild. And then you can see here a little more of his fitment. Now, typically I like lip defender, and I prefer that. But on classic cars like this, I really dig a good just either wheel tuck or something not overly aggressive, especially with cars like this. It's something that I don't believe needs to have fender to lip. That's one thing that classic JDM cars, and I think JDM cars have the luxury, is to not have to be overly aggressive to look really good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give this a rating. Honestly, I think this is a 9. It's just something about it has so much character. People always come up to it and enjoy this car. Next, we have Scott with his 2016 boosted FRS. First thing you notice right off the bat, the wrap. Not a traditional wrap, very kind of race car-y in my opinion. And I think that's kind of the look he's going for. He's running a supercharger. It shows it's a Jackson Racing supercharger. You can see the intercooler and the oil cooler in the bottom here. And I love that look. I wish it was silver, to be honest, or maybe a brighter color to maybe match the wrap. Maybe like a blue or just silver in general, or white maybe. But I love showing off intercoolers. They look so mean. Intercoolers just look great to me. I don't know, I like showing them off. That's personal preference, but I mean, the stealthy look doesn't look bad either. I'm sure it looks more noticeable in person, but it says he's running a full catless exhaust with unequal length headers. He's still tuned on 91, but he is going to go on E85 soon, which is cool. Get a little more power out of it. He said he's making 230 wheel horsepower, which is kind of shocking with a boosted car, but these engines are known to not really make a whole lot of power, which kind of sucks. They look really aggressive and mean, but they are so slow, which is really disappointing. I was hoping the new generation would come out with a boosted version, but they failed to do that. So with the upgrade of the E85, should be making some more power, which is going to be nice. Make it a little more fun, peppy, you get used to that power easily and you just crave more. He is sitting on some Voodoo 13 rear suspension hoodies. He has some Brom seats. I love the look of the Brom seats. I think Brom has taken over a little bit with the seats and everybody kind of running them, and I understand why. I mean, they look fantastic. He is running an IRP shifter. He's sitting on coilovers, which is a refreshing thing to see since the past, quite a few cars we had air suspension. His fitment actually on coilovers looks really, really good. I'm surprised that, he's able to get that low, especially in Arizona. Arizona has some horrible roads, but it's a very, very race car like, and I appreciate him keeping the coilovers to make it, a good stance, but practical and very fun to use. He can, adjust them to have better dampening, etc. So, and you can see it better here with the stance. It's a little high here for my taste compared to the rear, but I would assume because, coilovers, you don't want to go too low and just completely destroy your front bumper, intercooler, or anything like that. One thing I wish there was maybe a side skirt here or something to tie it in a little bit more, and a front lip to give it a little more aggressiveness. But I don't mind the front lip or the side skirts not being there. I think it would just be a nice additional thing you can add to the car to spice it up a little bit. This car is just so iconic because Rocket Bunny really, I believe, launched their kits with this car and just exploded overnight. The rear end looks awesome. Again, another car with the cutout. No diffuser at all. It shows off the beautiful exhaust. He has that bash bar in the rear. I'm assuming he tracks this. I've talked to him before. I don't remember what he said, if he did or not, or if we've talked about it, but he does have that cutout and the awesome exhaust. I do like the exposed hardware. I don't know what it is for these kits. The exposed hardware looks really good to me. Molding it kind of can get sketchy because you could crack it on the wheel, like the wheel touches the fender and just moves it up and just cracks everything. A staggered wheel setup of 9.5 in the front, 10.5 in the rear, and it looks super clean. The color combo from the yellow to the blue to the white to the gray. Honestly, I don't really like going more than 3 colors on a car because it kind of throws off the balance, but having all 4 of these colors looks great. He did a good job on his color choices and where to actually put those colors. I do like the clear taillights too, but all around, I mean, clean build. All right, so we are going to rate this a 8. I believe it's an 8 because the front fitment's a little off, but again, that might not be his fault. It might, purposeful, and I just don't know it. Overall, clean build. And next we have Juan Castillo with his 2009 Mitsubishi Lancer GTS. I don't mind it not being an Evo. We'll go ahead and take a look at the car. He has, let's see, some mods. Battle Arrow wide body kit. black and blue iridescent wrap, enforced arrow Evo 10 aluminum splitter, V-Land Audi style headlights, V-Land Audi style taillights, full sequential LED rear bumper reflectors, pseudo axle back exhaust, Evo 10 carbon wing, Evo 10 trunk wing, Evo 10 hood, aftermarket side skirt extensions. The taillights are super cool looking. They look really mean. I believe he has a video of them strubbing, which is cool. We'll take a look at. Wide body looks great. Definitely aggressive and kind of hides the fact it's not an Evo. I mean, again, obviously not an Evo, but it still gives it an aggressive look for a base model Lancer. It has great headlights. I've always loved the front end of Lancers, especially Evos, obviously, but it's such an aggressive car. It's something that don't see very often. Unfortunately, they're not a very common car to drive around. You see them all the time on Instagram, but you don't see them driving anymore. I don't know if I actually see him on Instagram that often anymore either. But besides that, he has a nice setup. You can see the front lip a little bit here, and it sucks. He has to run a front plate. Front plates are so annoying. I don't know how people run this. Luckily in Arizona, we don't have to run ugly front plates, but he did relocate it so it's not in the center, which is nice. Here's a look at the taillights and the markers down here, reflectors, whatever you want to call them. It looks really good, actually. I kind of dig these. I wish I had some dancing lights. Dancing lights really, you know, are super cool to have. I've never had a custom pair of headlights or taillights, and they really set cars off. Here's a better view of the rear end. Looks clean either way. He has great fitment. Looks like he's on coilovers, so really nice fitment for coilovers. And then here you can see it's way more blue with the kind of golden hour, not as black. I do like this color a lot. I like how it can go from black to blue. And here again, you can really see that blue pop. The other images were pretty black with the iridescent color. I do like the front splitter and the splitter rods with the side skirts. All right, and the rating I'm going to give for this is going to be a 7.5. I think it's done well for what he has. It is, again, a GTS, which isn't going to knock him down in points, but there's a few things here and there I would change. But overall, I mean, it's a really good build. Next up, we have Nikki Robinson with her 2000 Honda Civic Coupe. It is our first lady driven car, which is cool. She does have a huge list of mods here. I don't know if I'm going to go over all of them, but I will have them listed down below so you guys can check it out. But we will go over some of them. Looks like she has, her engine is upgraded, so she has an upgraded turbo from Garrett. She has a 2019 Civic Si drivetrain, upgraded down pipe from PRL Motorsports, custom test pipe from Divergent Concepts, Yonaka Motorsports 3-inch exhaust, Quiddy instrument shifter, cable bushings, no performance menthol kit. Menthol. The car doesn't smoke cigarettes, so I'm stupid. Snow Performance methanol kit, completely different from cigarettes. Engine bay was repainted, K-tuner and a flex fuel kit. Interior is gutted, back half cage installed, completely repainted. To me, ooh, there's the interior. Oh, it is a digital dash. I love how she painted the interior to match the exterior. That's super cool. But everything matches too. The purple accents, to the wheel, to the quick release, very race car. Nice matching seat belts too, and the windshield banner. And she continues the purple theme to the engine bay. The engine bay is actually very clean. I like this. This is really cool. It's, again, race car, but I absolutely love the purple tie-in to the gray. It just makes the purple pop even more because it's such a neutral tone with the gray or silver. I'm not a huge fan of this. I don't know if this is tubing or whatever this is. It kind of looks like it's wrapped in duct tape though. I'm not a huge fan of that could be changed probably. Now moving to the outside, I like the wheel setup. 6-spoke is really nice. I do prefer 5-spoke, but 6-spoke looks really good on this car. Nice beefy tires, look like sticky boys, and it looks like she does drive it. You see little nicks here and there, so it's not perfect. The side skirts are really cool too. The side skirts really give it a nice flow from the front to the side. Obviously the rear is going to be a little bit higher, but I feel like most kind of like Time Attack and stuff like that usually have the cut bumper or a higher rear bumper compared to normal cars. I don't know if she Time Attacks it or whatnot, but I would assume so because it's a very kitted out race car. I'd be curious to see what kind of power she runs on this, so that would be interesting to find out. You can see on the these stickers, maybe she does practice quite often. She has to. I mean, it's fully gutted and caged, and then she has a nice little switch set up here. It looks like, you know, for fans or oil pump or whatever she uses this for to get her race car going. Here's some close-ups of the hardware she has. What is that, like an oil separator or something, or a catch can? The little filter on top. I love these little accents. I do eventually want to build where I can just go ham on the interior of the engine bay and just do all the bolts. And oh, even this is nice and new. I love when engine bays are done this well. Okay, yep, confirmed race car. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but you never know. Some people might make it look like a race car and it might not be a race car, but it was pretty obvious from the beginning it's a race car. All race cars are show cars, but not all show cars are race cars, right? With this, I do give it an 8. Really well done. All right, that's it for this episode. And if you'd like to get your car reviewed, we will have our email down in the description below where you can submit your ride and we can get you on an episode of Rate My Ride. But until then, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.